Hi, my name is Shelley Thibodeau. I'm from Hill Middle School. Today we're going to learn how to play ramp shot and then how to make some modifications. Ramp shot is called cornhole on steroids. Kids, if you don't know how to play cornhole, ask your parents. If they went to college, they probably know how to play cornhole. It's one of the favorite games on college campuses. I'd like to introduce my assistants. I have Coach Garcia, Coach Fogelsong, Coach Connaughton, and Coach Palma. So give them a round of applause for their help today. I'm big on warming up, instead of stretching, doing actual skills that are part of the game. So that's what we're going to start with today. We're going to start, we have socks, we have tennis balls, and we have ramp shot balls. So to begin with, each person is just going to line up on one side of the gym. They're going to roll or toss their ball to the other side of the gym, and they're going to jog slowly. If we were using the whole gym, we could run to go get our ball. So we're going to do that. We're going to go from this side over to the other side. Each person's going to roll or toss their ball 10 times for their warm-up. Ready, go. You can run, you can jog. If your ball is not moving much, you want to change out from a sock to a tennis ball, you can. If you want to change out from a ramp shot ball, which is very bouncy, you can do that as well. The ramp shot ball is more like a racquetball ball. So you can we use whip sometimes depending on how fast we want it to go. They're still doing their warm-up. They're going to roll and toss their ball 10 times. I'd like to go over with you some of the skills that you use playing ramp shot. The first thing is motor skills, of course. We're jogging, we're running, we're moving from side to side. Next, eye-hand coordination. This is a great game because of the tossing and the catching and the aiming at the target at the ramp. We are using eye-hand coordination because you can play it as a team of 2 or 4 people or even one-on-one. One by yourself. Challenge yourself. This does also teach teamwork, and teamwork is something that's very important. And the other thing is like cornhole. Cornhole's been around for a long time. This cornhole on steroids just provides good old-fashioned fun. And that's what we want you to have, and that's what we're hoping to teach through these virtual lessons. So they're continuing with their warm-up. They've got a few more times. Okay, so we've warmed up enough like that. So now all we're going to do is come back over to the red line. You only need 1 ball per pair. If you can see that my partners each have on a scarf, so that designates the teams that they're on right now. So one will be on one side, one will be on the other, and you're just going to gently roll your ball to your partner. Let's do that about 5 times. Roll your ball to your partner. So as you see Coach Connaughton, she's getting down low because as the stealer in ramp shot, she is going to have to move quickly like a cat, and that fits her perfectly. So you want to get down, you want to be able to move so that you can retrieve your ball. The stealer steals it from the other team. That's why it's called a stealer. Okay, now we're going to get a ball and we're going to bounce it, and we're going to catch. So the purpose of bouncing the ball and catching it is so you can see. You may need to train out with a ball, an actual ball. The reason for that is because the ball can actually bounce off of the ramp, and there is a lot of eye-hand coordination catching the toss ball. So go ahead and start bouncing to each other. You can see that the ramp shot ball is lime green. We also have yellow. They bounce very, very high. They're very bouncy balls. So if you want a bouncy ball that moves quickly, that's what you're going to want. If not, again, you can use a wiffle ball. You could use a baseball. You could use a softball. Tennis balls are always good. So those are the different kind of balls that we have. How are y'all coming? Good? Getting used to that bouncy ball? Have to jump there to catch that one. Okay, next we're going to do lines, just a few lines. So if you'll put the balls up and if you'll get on the red lines, because there is so much movement, you do want to warm up your legs and your lower back. So if y'all want to start on the red line, first we're going to just go back and forth and touch the lines. Who's going to win? You can walk, jog, run. Who's going to win? We know who's going to win. Okay, so you're going to go across and touch the lines. You're going to come back and touch your line. On the sixth time you touch your line, you're done. Go. Coach Connaughton is always the one that's the most competitive. That's why I said that she would win. So this is just to warm you up again, especially in that playmaker spot or in that stealer spot. You're going to have some quick movement. So this just gets your lower body warmed up for that. Y'all are kind of petering out on me. I'm not done. That's okay. Do what you can do. Isn't that what we say? Do what you can do. Okay, the next part of our warm-up is you're going to slide step over to the line. You're going to go back and forth. When you touch this red line 6 times, you're done. So face the front, slide step, ready, go. As slow or as fast as you'd like to go. I did say touch the line, Miss Basketball Player. So again, this is just at your own pace. You're going to finish 6 over here. Okay, now we're going to do what's called karaoke. It's a good old-fashioned warm-up routine for volleyball, for basketball, for football. Karaoke is also called grapevine, so it's just cross-step, cross-behind. We're going to do that 8 times. You can walk it if you need to. You can jog it if you need to. Ready, go. Just grapevine. The hips get you ready for that playmaker position. Take your time. How are y'all doing? Good? Good warm up? Ready to play, okay. So we're gonna take a, thank you Coach Garcia for that pep up. We're gonna take a quick water break while we set up equipment. See you in a minute, thank you. Hi, welcome back to Ramp Shot. We've done our warm-up, which we did that was skill related to the game. Now we're going to teach you how to play the game. Later on, we're going to show you what you could do to modify the game so that you could have the equipment at home. These sets sell for about $50. You can use them inside, outside. You could use them, you know, at a field day. You could use them at a football at, you know, before the game, the party before the game. What's that called? It's been a while? Tailgate. See, I've got young kids back here that tailgated a lot. So we have 4 positions. We have 2 teams and 4 positions. So who's going to be the tosser first? Keith is going to be the tosser, and you're red. So you have to stand behind the ramp. If you'll notice, on the ramp there's a place for your foot, so you cannot stand to the side of the ramp. You have to stand with your foot there if you need to. Now his partner in red is the playmaker. The playmaker is who's going to catch the ball if he misses. So the object of the game is for team 1 to toss the ball over here to the ramp. If he makes it in the ramp, he gets 2 tries. If he makes it in the ramp, his team gets 3 points. If he does not make it in the ramp, but it hits the ramp, can I have a ball, please? It hits the ramp, bounces off, and his partner can catch it. That's why she's called the playmaker. They get 1 point. The object of the game is to go to 15 points. Now, we have some defense in this game. Coach Vogelsong is going to be the odd person out. Odd person out this round. Now, Coach Palma is going to be the stealer. So the stealer must stand with their foot even with the ramp. They cannot be in front. They cannot be in front. They have to be behind, and they can have 1 foot but ready to go. Coach Palma's job as the stealer is if the ball comes from the toss, hits off the ramp, and moves forward, if Coach Palma can get it before it hits the ground, then his team gets to keep that ball till this round is over. Not the game, but just that round. So then when we switch out and Coach Connaughton, it's her turn to toss, she'll only get to toss 1 ball if the stealer can catch the ball from the ramp. Any questions?
What happens if the ball doesn't hit the ramp?
It's just put it in the ramp. One thing that thank you for bringing that up. One thing that I make my class do is if they toss, a lot of them want to hold the ball. It doesn't matter if the ball goes in the ramp, out of the ramp, stealer gets it or whoever. I make them put it back in the ramp before the next toss happens. And that just kind of controls balls from going everywhere. Plus, if your playmaker is trying to catch the ball and she's got a ball in her hand, that makes it very difficult to catch the ball. Got it? Okay. You get 2. Do you understand your role? Okay. So you can be like here, because if it bounces off, you're going to want to come out here to catch it. Okay? So we're going to start.
I can go underneath, right?
Yep. So he is.
Even if it goes forward, can I still try to take it from the...
No, you cannot. You have to stay behind the ramp.
You cannot.
Again, this uses one of the basic skills that we learn is opposite hand and foot in tossing. Opposite hand and foot in tossing. Okay, we're going to play for a little while and so y'all can get the feel of it. So, no, you get it. You put it in your ramp. So his ramp did hit the ramp. His ball did hit the ramp, but she did not catch it. So she puts it in the ramp. The score is still 0-0. One more toss. Okay, put the ball in the ramp. Now, here's where it becomes a little tricky. You two are going to switch out. You two are going to switch out. So he's the tosser. So you're the odd person out.
Oh, he's the tosser.
Yep, we'll toss from the opposite end. Sorry, I should have had those balls set up. Now, you're the playmaker. You're the playmaker. You're catching it, and you're the stealer. You get 2 tosses, Coach Palma. Good catch. Do you want to keep that ball in your hand, or do you want to set it in the ramp in case you can catch another one? Okay. Okay. So the score is still 0-0, but Coach Garcia and Coach Connaughton, their team has an advantage because they won one of the balls. So now you're going to be the tosser, Coach Connaughton. You should only have, what color ball did y'all have?
Green.
Y'all had green, so but you only get 1. You only get to toss 1 because he caught it.
So it has to bounce. I can't just toss it in without a bounce.
It cannot bounce. Good point, it cannot bounce. So now you're the stealer, if you can catch it, and you're the playmaker. Score is 0-0. Okay, so now, Melinda, now it's your turn to toss.
Oh, Shelly, he didn't... Yeah, but you caught Keith? No, so I did have 2.
No, I thought you caught Keith as the playmaker here.
He caught Melinda's.
Oh, you caught Melinda's. Okay, so you have 1 more. Sorry. Okay, so the score is still 0-0. Now, Melinda, you're going to be the tosser. You get 1. Keith, you're the odd man out. That's good. So we've got the playmaker in Coach Palma, and we've got the stealer in Coach Connaughton. 1 toss. Okay, 0-0. Now we're going to go back to 2 balls each. So we're just going to start the whole rotation over. Keith, you're the tosser. I'm going to let y'all play a little while because the rotation is the hardest thing, and this way everyone can see the rotation. Did you get it before it hit the floor? Okay. So this is why we did the jogging for the warm-up, because you can see that she's having to move very quickly to try to catch that ball off the ramp. Now, if we were officially playing, the ramps are 20 feet apart. They are a little closer right now just because we are in a confined area. So everybody knows their job? Oh! Okay, yellow team has 1. Okay, now rotate your positions. You're the odd person out. Coach Connaughton, you're the tosser. You're her catcher, stealer. And you have 2 green balls? Okay, and the score is 1-1. No, it's hard, that stealer position. Oh, and that happens sometimes.
That's ours is green.
Now, they have changed the rules because when the game first came out, if it went in and came out, you got no points. But now they've changed the rules. If it goes in and comes out, you get your 3 points. So,
Ours is green anyway, so ours stays in.
score is 1-3. Okay, let's rotate. So now figure out where you go. So make sure you have 2 balls to toss. You're the stealer. Two to 3. Okay, now let's rotate. Four to 2. 5 to 2. Let's rotate. You should have 2 yellow or 2 green. Okay. Okay, so the score is 5 to 3. We're ready to rotate. No points scored that time. So this is a fun game. So now let me show you a modification. Since they've got the hang of the game, let's say that we had 8 people, but we only had 2 ramps. Some people would say, well, you can't play. Yes, you can. So you can play it with 1 ramp. There's just a little more movement, which is great. So you're tossing, so I'm going to pull your ramp out. She's tossing, right? No. Who's tossing? You are? Okay, so I'm going to pull their ramp out. Now, the positions stay the same. The only thing is, after the 2 tosses, they're going to have to switch ends and also rotate positions. Ready? Go.
Did they go in and out?
No, it didn't go in and out. Okay.
So can we keep the same colors as we're all rotating the same?
No, we can still use the yellow balls. That allows, so her question was, can you use the same color balls? So can we only play with 2 balls since there's only 1 ramp? I would suggest no, so that you can still keep track of the color of ball that's yours. Okay. You also do get extra balls with the set. So everybody's in the right position? Okay, rotate. So the score is still 5 for the red team and 3 for the blue team. Okay, remind everybody where we go. 6 for the red team. 7 for the red team. Okay, let's rotate and figure out where you go. Now, like I said, originally, these would be about 20 feet apart. And so that does make it a little bit more competitive. Yeah. Went in and came out. 7-5. You had 2 and you got 5. Okay, we're going to play one more rotation. Oh, so 10-5. Now we're going to show you a modification. Can we have a short water break? Okay, let's take. Welcome back to Ramp Shot. I still have my crew here. I have Coach Garcia, I have Coach Fogelsong, I have Coach Connaughton, and Coach Palma. So now we're modifying a little bit. So we're going to modify it 2 different ways. One way is I brought a shoebox. The shoebox serves as the ramp where the ball can go in and stay in. The lid of the shoebox, again, if it bounces off, the stealer would be able to get it. In case you don't have racket balls at home, or nearly everyone has tennis balls or just a little soft bouncy ball, so that's what we're using. Even though our tennis balls aren't 2 different colors, that doesn't really matter. So y'all are going to play the same game. We've got 10, and y'all have 7? 5? I thought y'all had 7. Okay, 10-5. Okay, 10-5. And now we're going to play it with 4 people. So Coach Garcia is tossing first. We have his playmaker, and we have the stealer, and we have the odd person out. No score. So are we going to count that as a catch? No? It hit the floor?
No.
Oh, okay. And so that's just one modification. It didn't really bounce off of the shoebox the way it did off the ramp, but still, you can still play this way. So we're ready to go. Change positions. Everybody's in the right position. Score is 10-5. It didn't bounce. It went in and bounced out, so now the score is 8-10. 8-10. So one of the reasons that I put towels down is one of the modifications would be, since the lid of the box is not very good for it bouncing off of, if it bounces off the towel, we can include that as part of the ramp. So the box lid and the towel are part of the ramp. So if it doesn't make it in the shoebox, and it bounces off either the towel or the box lid, and the playmaker catches it, that would count as their 1 point. So we've just increased the size of that ramp, and especially because the shoebox is not allowing it to bounce that much. So are we ready to go? Everybody's in the right positions?
I think we missed a spot.
Yeah, that's the first time we missed that.
Move that back a little bit. And we're good to go. Music, please, maestro. Okay, so this is what we just changed, that if it hit the towel and he would have caught it, that would be the same as it hitting the ramp. So that would have been that 1 point, but he missed out, so we're still 8-10. Did not hit the towel. Now we're going to rotate. Rotate positions. So we've got the tosser, We've got the playmaker, we've got the stealer, and we've got the odd person out. It did not go in and did not come out. It hit the box. Try it again. Okay, let's keep going. So are we going to argue over did it hit or did it not? No, we're not. No one is going to get rich winning this game. So it's called sportsmanship. It's called having fun. You know, sometimes you give a little, sometimes you get a little. So again, there's no reason to fuss and argue. Just have fun and play the game. That's what matters. So go ahead and continue. Sorry for my soapbox. She got it, 1 point. So 11 to 8. 3, so 14 to 8. Let's rotate. You're not going to win $1 million for winning the game because I'm not giving you $1 million. Did it go in?
Yeah, it did.
So what's the score? 11-14. I know when we play volleyball, we say server has...
Y'all gotta go to the
When we play volleyball,
15 or 1, 2?
we go to 15.
So we need 1 point.
When we play volleyball, the serving team calls the score, so it would be the same as in ramp shot. The team that's tossing, they need to call the score so that both teams agree that, yes, that is what the score is. So right now our score is 14 to 11. So they need 1 more point to 15 to win. Ready?
They don't get a chance afterwards.
No, they would still get a chance, but they're not going to score 4 points. But, you know, I would still...
14 to 14, then they
Right. Well, you would have to win by 2. We would have to win by 2. And he caught it. Yes. It hit the box and the tail, and we changed that. Okay, so that's ramp shot in a nutshell. Now, if you don't have tennis balls, we're going to play it real quick with socks. The only difference is you're not going to get the option of the bounce. So let's go ahead and set up with the socks. And I only have 1 pair of socks. So there's 2 socks. They should be taped together. Oh, he's got it in his pocket. So we're going to go back, and let's say that you don't have 2 ramps, you only have 1. I'm getting ready to wrap up. So we only have 2 balls, and we are getting ready to play. So go in and play your position. We're going to show you this last modification, and then we'll be done. Okay, now, as you saw, Coach Garcia, I know he was just playing, but the stealer cannot mess with the ball as it's going in. That's kind of poor sportsmanship.
I was trying to catch it off the bat.
I know you were. I know you were. But that's one of the rules, that you don't interfere. So they've got 3 points. We've got time for the whole round. So who's next? So switch ends. Switch ends, because you only have 1 ramp.
Isn't that 6 points that you got?
Yeah, that was good.
2 went in.
Yep.
Look at you with those socks. So the score is 6-2-0. Good try there, Coach Palma. It went in and it came out. What happened to good sportsmanship? What happened to good sportsmanship?
Okay, I'll give you a little bit.
Okay, so whose turn is it now? Okay, so we're gonna,
So we got 3, right, for it going in? And out?
so you're the playmaker. You're the playmaker. So the score is 6-0. 6-3, 6-3. Okay, Melinda, come on.
It did.
It did. See, now Coach Connaughton said, yes, it did hit the ground. So we're going to stop here. I hope you learned a little bit about how to modify ramp shot. Probably the thing that I've found out with my class is the hardest part is the rotation, but it wasn't hard for these adults because there's only 1 game going on and not 15 in a gym. But again, my name is Shelley Thibodeau. I'd like to thank Coach Palma, Coach Fogelsong, Coach Garcia, and Coach Connaughton for their assistance today. I hope you learned about ramp shot and you enjoyed it. Again, remember, stay safe, stay active, and most of all, be healthy. Have a great day. Bye.